Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Essential Stencil page. I am Melissa Miller and I'm joining you here tonight to do some stenciling and some project creating. Finally, get to focus on some summer maybe. We'll be working on maybe one of our rounds, and this is a 12-inch round. This is also 3/4 of an inch thick. But we are going to be starting off with this layering barn quilt, this Patriotic barn quilt. So I really feel like this is such a win because it has 3 different quilt patterns to me, essentially. I feel like that if you were creative and got pretty crafty, you could use this even just on their own for different patterns. The layering stencils you're not going to be able to see it, but if you look up in the corner, you're going to see where it says layer 1, and then you're going to see layer 2, and you're going to see layer 3. So that is something that whenever you open your package, you're going to be looking for. If it says it's a layered stencil, you're going to look for it's lasered in. Maybe you can see it. It's lasered in right up here in the corner. I'll hold that up close enough, maybe catch up and see if you guys can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape off right here. I'm going to tape this down. I'm going to tape this down. I'm going to make sure I feel like I'm square on here. I'm just taking a little mechanical pencil. And I'm going to make a little mark up here that I can then erase later whenever I get all done. That's just going to help me line up. And the other thing that you can do is you can put a little piece of tape in here if you want to, and then just put the line on the tape. So you could put tape right underneath this and then pencil mark on the tape if you don't want to mark up your project. We're going to use True Navy tonight. We are going to use my big True Red, and then we are going to use my white, my Snow White. I'm going to get a little bit of my paint and I'm going to put it out here. This is the True Navy. And then I'm not going to put out a lot of paint because I shouldn't need a lot for this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the navy blue. I'm going to get a little bit of paint on here. But now you don't go from here to here. You're going to offload on your into another pile of paint onto your coffee filter so that it takes some of the paint off of your brush. Then I'm going to go in here, and if you're new to stenciling, you're going to want to start on the plastic, on the mylar part that is not got any holes in it. That way you can kind of test to see. If you've got too much paint on there, you're going to be like, oh, I need to wipe some more off. You don't want a lot of paint on your brush. So we're going to get started with this. I'm going to try to angle you guys down just a little bit. I think might be helpful. And we're going to go start circling right over this stencil. So I'm just holding my brush right up over this, and I'm going to start working it in from, this is a big opening, and whenever I do a big opening, I like to work my way from the outside in, or from the strong point of the stencil to the inside of the opening. Because you might find, like me, 9 times out of 10, I'm usually grabbing that bigger brush. Not always, but usually I gravitate towards the biggest brush, even for the little spaces, because I just feel like I get some really good coverage with my bigger brush, or it just works better for me. I use all of the sizes, but that is usually my go-to size in the packaging. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead and line up layer number 2. So I'm using layer number 2. We're going to tape that down, and then we're going to add the color. And so according to the packaging, this is going to be layer number 2 right here with the red. So we're going to put out some red, and I'm going to find a brush. We're going to go here. I know I'm doing them just like the packaging, but once you see how this comes together, you kind of get to wrap your head around, okay, what's this going to look like if I choose this color first, or if I choose this color first, and so many different color combinations you're going to be able to do with this that I think that it's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to see what all of you do, because this layered set is pretty cool. It's a great design. Okay, so now we're going to do layer number 3. We're going to add the white, so we're going to add the stars to it. I'm going to line these back up with my pencil marks right up here. We're going to add the tape. And then we're going to get out the white. Also, something that you just want to make sure that if you're going over this, that this is all dry. I'm using acrylic paint. Acrylic craft paint dries fairly quickly on this wood, so I didn't even use my dryer. You'll notice that. Sometimes after they dry, they're pretty stiff, and so I've got to do this to them to just kind of break them up a little bit so they're not so stiff. I like mine to have that play to them. I feel like I just wasn't getting great coverage with that one. So again, here I am. And not that you have to have great coverage the first time. Sometimes you just got to put a layer down, especially when you're going over something darker. It's going to be very helpful. Okay, that is really cool. Really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Look at how cute that is. Just like that, right? That turned out, I mean, like, the packaging is great, but to see it done, it's awesome. It looks so much better like this. I'm going to use a gel stain. I like my gel stain. This one is Minwax gel stain, and it's just a multi-surface stain. We're about to find out. Here we go, guys. So cute. What do you think? That's pretty cute. So I'm just curious, do you like it aged or not aged? Which way do you like it better? Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your week, guys, and I'll see you next time.